So we got a YouTube question from our good friend Water Bottle, not to be confused with Water Jug. But in my mind, the core community of snowboarding seems very healthy and in better shape than most other sports. Has it always been like this, and how can we maintain a healthy community in snowboarding? So,
kind of talked about this already as far as what can you do to,
right. But I would say,
around.
I'd say in some regards we definitely are healthier, and other times we're not. There's certain things. It depends on how old the person is that you ask the question, I've realized.
Yeah, that's a
it's kind of that gauge. I think right now we're definitely in a better spot than we were even 4 years ago.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, and doing so. But I think the health of it comes down to the people that are willing to put their life into it and the passion of it, to go out and shred every day they can, to do whatever they can to spread the message of snowboarding, to encourage people to snowboard, stuff like that. The other thing is, it's also the people that aren't afraid to be a gatekeeper to say, hey, this product is fucking whack. This company is whack as fuck. This company is doing this, someone that's not afraid to call it out. And I think we've gotten a little, in some regards, a whole culture of people that are too afraid to rock the boat or bite the hand that feeds them, and they're just like going along with the flow, and it's fucking things up in some respect. And I think if the community doesn't stay healthy, it'll be because there weren't enough people going, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, completely agree.
And
we had a little bit of, for a while, we had a little bit of that surfer mentality of like, you're not part of our culture, get the fuck out.
Well, I think that to a certain extent is okay. But
right,
I think
that's be only to a certain extent.
To a certain extent,
right.
It's acknowledging that there are snowboarders and people that snowboard. There's nothing wrong with being a person that snowboards. There's nothing wrong with being a snowboarder. It's just when the people that snowboard are influencing everything that affects the snowboarders, and the snowboarders are retaliating by trying to force out people that snowboard for being malicious for no apparent reason.
Right.
Like, the other day I was riding the basin, and this guy had a huge smile on his face, but goddamn, he was eating shit. And he was just catching toe edge after toe edge. So finally, after like 3 laps of this, I just slid up to him and I was like, hey, bud, it's in your ankle. So your issue is you're dropping your foot, and you're putting your pressure. I was like, you steer with your ankles, your knees and hips are your suspension. I was like, you're dropping your feet and trying to steer with your knees, and it doesn't work that way. By the next lap, that dude was linking a turn. And I was like, okay, feeling a little better there. Totally always going to be someone that probably just rides a snowboard. Nothing wrong with that. But I think that definitely is the thing, is like, you can't be too malicious. There is a very fine line you have to walk and stuff. But it's like when I come out and I tell everyone that Gilson is shit. Yeah. Gilson's shit. Here's why Gilson's shit. It's a gimmicky product that, if you ever listen to Nick Gilson, the owner of Gilson Snowboards, which, I mean, he fucking named his brand after him. Which,
Even Jake Burton didn't do that. He didn't call it Carpenter Snowboards.
Yeah, it's Burton.
Burton, his middle name. Like,
still.
Yeah.
He invented a whole industry.
Yeah.
But if you ever watch the Gilson TED Talk, which I don't know why he got a TED Talk.
He got a TED Talk?
I've never shown you this.
No.
It's 22 minutes of your life you'll never get back. But he says so much misinformation about snowboarding, and that is one of my biggest issues with that brand. That and the fact that they were coked out of their mind at SIA and just trying to talk to me. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I love powder too, but my face shots are different than yours.
Yep.
But he tries to claim he's someone that snowboards. He's not a snowboarder. You can tell that by looking at him, but the way that he tries to take ownership of it, and it's like, I'm sitting here watching this going, it's what? Huh? Are you fucking kidding me? This guy's a poser fuck. And that's the thing, is like, I think if we can keep the posers out of being in any position, because there are a lot of fake ass poser motherfuckers trying to run brands or starting brands or trying to tell people what snowboarding is, and they don't even fucking shred. Yeah. And I see it, and I'm just like, you don't fucking shred. And you see that, I think that's part of the big issue with it for it to stay healthy. So, I mean, people need to be prepared to call out bullshit when they see it.
And again, vote with your dollar.
And vote with your dollar, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of the people, like Kevin and I got an email, I sent it to Kevin, but we got one this week about Can Kevin Carve It? And it was from a new viewer who is a hard booter that converted to soft boots. And he's like trying to tell me that Can Kevin Carve It is completely wrong. It's like, dude, we created that as a fucking joke because we were going to do an hour-long show and we were going to just have these like 1 minute segments with Kevin just being like, and it carves, and that was it. It was just like going to be like 2 turns and boom, just quick, fast-paced, like Adult Swim style shit that was going to be in there. It didn't work it, so I salvaged it, turned it into Can Kevin Carve It as its own segment.
Right.
That's what it was. And he's just like, well, I just don't feel that Kevin is carving as hard as he should, and you need to get Ryan Napton. And I was like, well, I'm never going to work with Ryan Napton because the octave of his voice makes me want to throat punch him. Nothing personal against him. It's just with head injuries to the octave of his voice, just fucking makes me want to throat punch him. But that's not our demographic, and it's not it. But he wanted it to be specifically what he wanted, and there's a lot of people trying to do that. And my thing is, right now, I'm at a point in my life where I just go, no. I don't explain it. I will just straight say no.
Right.
And that's where I'm at. But this guy, he's like, I'm a big fan, and I found the podcasts, and I've been listening to it, and you guys need to do more of those. Yeah, we do need to do more of those, but we've also got other things we need to do, and I'm trying to get to a level where I can do a weekly podcast. And bear with me on that, but, just some of the suggestions people give me, I'm just like, what the fuck is this? No, I'm going to tell you no. And then I see other people that are like, yes, 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 and they're always saying yes because they... It's like the popularity contest. It's the person that says yes to everything so they can be the most popular person in the room, even though no one likes them, really. They're just using them for whatever, versus the guy that rolls in and it's just like, oh, hey, what's up? I'm over here. And slowly people just gravitate towards it. And I think that's kind of the scenario we need to be with stuff is like, there's a lot of people I see coming out, swinging for the fences, just making bullshit product or doing bullshit things, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I also think that there's also a lifespan of everyone's usefulness, and there should always be a finality in things. Because finality in life is what we have, and so I have no problem with the finality of knowing that Angry might not be here in 2 years. I'm kind of coming to terms with that. I'm not saying I'm killing it. I'm just saying it might not. It might go to another level. I might pass the torch to someone and sit back and let someone else be the face, It's one of those things. But, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about our culture right now. Ebbs and flows, man.
Yep.